Good morning. It is a wonderful Wednesday morning only because I am here on the mat with you. I'm sure it's a wonderful Wednesday morning for many other reasons, but we are going to do a series. This time I am in desperate need of twists. So we've got a lot of twists in here for us. And we're going to start a little bit differently, starting with a twist. But before we get into that, we're going to start it with a breathing exercise, kind of like we started the other day. You're going to come to a comfortable seated position. You're going to take one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart, or you can take both hands to your knees. You can take a mudra if you want to. You can take your index finger to your thumb. You can take chin mudra, you can take that down. Whatever feels comfortable for you. I want you to get into a very comfortable position because we're going to start grounding ourselves through our tailbone. Really feel the ground underneath your bum and close your eyes so that you can really focus on how we're going to start to breathe. We're going to start with our first three cleansing breaths, just like we always do. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth, keeping that spine long. Find that comfortable position where you're sitting up straight. Inhale through the mouth. Oh, sorry, through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Open it up. Long exhale. Inhaling now through the nose. Get it right. I promise I will get it right. Exhale through the mouth, at least at some points through the practice. From here, I want you to focus your energy on your tailbone. We're thinking about grounding through the ground, and we're going to start to breathe in our mind, from the tailbone up to your belly button. And then we're going to exhale it down through the tailbone. Then we're going to inhale up to the heart. Exhale through the tailbone. Inhale up to the forehead or to the crown of the head. And then exhale all the way down. And as you envision this breathing, I want you to inhale through the back and exhale and just let it cascade down the front of your body. So we're just going to do 3 rounds of that, maybe 2, we'll see. So exhaling everything out. Exhale, 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 closing your eyes, keeping them closed. We're going to inhale from the tailbone to the belly button. Exhale from the belly button down through the crown, through the tailbone. Inhaling from the tailbone up to the heart. Exhale, cascade that breath down the front through to the tailbone. Inhaling, this time take the breath all the way up to the crown of the head. And from the crown of the head, let that breath cascade down the front of the body, back down to the tailbone. So it's made kind of a little circle. Inhale from the tailbone to the belly button. Exhale from the belly button to the tailbone. Inhale, tailbone to heart from the back through the back of the body. From the heart, exhale down to the tailbone. Inhale from the tailbone to the crown of the head. From the crown of the head all the way down, just let it cascade through down to the tailbone. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, tailbone to the belly button, up the back of the body. Exhale, belly button, down to the tailbone. Inhale, tailbone to the heart, through the back of the body. Exhale from the heart to the tailbone, falling down the front of the body. Inhale, final breath. Tailbone all the way up. Let it carry, 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 carry all the way up to the crown of the head. And then let it exhale, cascade all the way down the front of your body, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, finally releasing through the tailbone. Open your eyes. Hopefully that's opened breath, giving you a little bit more control over your breath and kind of woken you up a little bit. From here, you're probably facing the front of your mat. So we're just going to roll forward, shift our body into a tabletop position, pressing your hands down into the mat, pressing your knees down, tuck your toes under, and we're going to press ourselves back on the exhale into our downward facing dog right away. Let's take a few wiggles here if you want to move your downward dog. Coming to a still dog, we're moving right through it. From here, look forward right away. We're stepping our right foot forward. We're dropping our left knee. Go ahead and release those toes. Press through that left hand, and we're going to press our right hand just above, kind of on the thigh of this right leg. Opening that leg up, we're taking this nice little lizard twist. You're not really putting any pressure on the knee. You're just letting that right knee fall out to the side, twisting your body, open through that chest, open that shoulder. And one more breath here. We're taking a nice, really good stretch and opening. Dropping those hips if you can. And then bringing yourselves back to center. Planting that right hand, tuck those toes under, lift that left knee up, and we're stepping it right away back into downward facing dog. Told you it was a different kind of warm up today. Look to the front of the mat, step your left foot up between your hands, drop that right knee, really extend it back if you need to. Plant that right hand, take your left hand inside of that left thigh. We're opening it up, dropping those hips, and really not with any pressure, just guiding our left knee out to the side, letting everything stretch, give it a good, really healthy stretch to the side. I feel this a lot in my glutes, in my outer hip, feeling it in my right hip flexor a little bit. Open the chest, really spin your shoulders open. Get that nice final breath here. And exhale. Bringing our knee back to center. We're replanting that left hand, grounding through that back right foot, tucking those toes under, lifting the knee, and then we're shifting our left foot back into our downward facing dog. From here, look forward, come up to your toes, get that nice foot stretch that we like, and walk your toes forward. We're going to take our ragdoll just for a few breaths. So deep bend in the knees, release the hands, or grab the elbows. Whatever feels good. We're just here for a moment. You might want to rock side to side if that feels good. And come back to center if you decided to start rocking. Already we're releasing our hands down and we're taking a slow roll up to standing. Rolling that spine, rolling that spine, rolling that spine, stacking it. Sacking the knees over the ankles, the hips over the knees. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down if that feels good. Stack that head over those shoulders. Wiggle your feet together. Big toes to touch. Little gap in the ankles, arms out to the side in your Tadasana, your mountain pose. One breath here as you set your intention. And on your next inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Long spine, extend that crown of the head away from the tailbone. Plant the hands. Now your choice. You step, float, or hop yourself back. And then we're dropping our knees if you want to, or keeping your knees lifted. We're coming through Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. I know, right away. Take 2 breaths there. Inhaling for 1, exhaling for 1, inhaling for 2, exhaling for 2. We're getting into a flow so quickly. Lift your right leg up to the sky, step your right foot in between your hands, coming into a high lunge on the inhale. On the exhale, take your right hand, rotate it back behind you. Place your right hand on top of the back of your left thigh. Inhale, lift yourself up, and exhale, really feel this twist. Inhale for 1 more, and exhale. Inhale yourself back into that high lunge, ground through that back left foot. We're in warrior 1. Exhale to ground. On the inhale, release your arms behind you, clasp your hands behind your back, lift your chest up to the sky. Make sure your hips stay low, and exhale, forward fold into your humble warrior. You can release your arms over your head, inhaling for 1, exhaling for 1. Well done. From here, inhale yourself back up into warrior 2. Exhale to ground. We're moving nice and slowly so we can get some good stretching. Inhale, straighten through that right leg. Exhale, reach yourself forward, 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 and then bend yourself. Right back of the hand comes to the inside of the right ankle. Inhaling for 1. Exhaling for 1. Release yourself back up into warrior 2. Exhale. Either take your right forearm to your right thigh, inhaling your left hand or arm over your left ear, or take your right arm inside of that right foot, taking ourselves into extended side angle. Inhale for 1. You can take the bind if you feel like you need the bind today. Exhale for 1. Take 1 more breath here. Inhale for 2. Rotate that chest open. Exhale for 2. Release your left hand down to the ground. Bump that back left foot up so they're about 2 feet. Your feet are about 2 feet apart from each other. The back foot is still parallel with the back of the mat. We're taking it from extended side angle into twisted. Actually, I take that back. We're going to do this instead. So to extend yourself back, we're in our extended side angle wherever you are. We're going to inhale it back up into a high lunge. And then we're going to exhale into a twisted lunge. So the left elbow comes to the outside of that right knee. Hands are at heart center, or you can inhale yourself open, or you can exhale yourself into the bind. Twisting those shoulders over each other, lifting through that right leg. We're inhaling it back to center, releasing our hands. Now we're going to bump that left foot up, bringing it parallel to the back of the mat, just like it was before. Releasing your left hand to the side, on top of, in front of, or to the right side of your right foot. And we're taking that twisted triangle. So we're going to inhale, our right hand comes to our lower back. We lengthen through the spine, draw the right hip back, left hip forward. And then exhale, if you want to, we're taking our right arm up to the sky. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. Release both of those arms back down to the ground. We're stepping our left foot back. We're in our low lunge. Both hands are on the ground. We're lifting our right leg up to the sky for a 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee, open that hip, Look under your left armpit. So we're opening our hip up. Open, 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 open. Happily stay here. Or come into wild thing. To do that, I like to try and take my knees together as I twist the ball of my right foot behind my left leg, pressing through that left leg, keeping it straight, and extending the right arm over the head. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. Good job. On your inhale, we're releasing that right leg back down and we're pressing our left leg, or sorry, we're releasing our right hand back down and pressing that right leg back into a 3-legged dog. All we're going to do here is drop our leg into a down dog and come through our vinyasa. Oh my goodness. High to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. You've done one entire sequence, and now we're taking that same thing on the left side. So you know what to do. Let's take some nice, good stretches. Slow, deliberate movements so we really feel this. We're looking forward. We're stepping our left foot in between our hands, coming into our high lunge on the inhale. On the exhale, we're releasing our left hand around the back, taking it to the top of the right, well, the back of the right thigh. Inhale to lift it up and exhale to feel that nice twist. On your next inhale, you're lifting it back up to center, grounding through that back right foot this time, slight angle. Exhale to ground. Warrior 1. Inhale, release those hands behind your back, making a fist, interlacing those fingers, pressing it down, lifting through the chest, keeping that knee bent. Exhale, humble warrior. So the left shoulder comes inside of the left knee, pressing that left knee in, try not to let it flare out, and dropping those hips. On the next inhale, we're lifting it back into a warrior 1. Exhale, open it up, warrior 2. Ground through that warrior 2. We're going to take one breath here. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. Nice wide stance as we inhale, straighten that left leg. Exhale, extend yourself over that left leg. My goodness, today. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Fold your body, opening the chest. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. You can look at your left leg and you can either take it back up to standing or you can rebend that left leg and take it straight in to your extended side angle. It's up to you, however you want to transition, whatever feels better. We're inhaling for 1. Make sure those hips drop. The sitting bone is drawing toward the right heel. Exhaling for 1. From here, we're taking it back, inhaling into our high lunge. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're taking that twist to the left. So the right elbow comes to the left knee, pressing through, dropping those hips. You can inhale, yawn the arms open if you want to, or exhale, take it into the full bind, half or full bind, doesn't matter. Just make sure those hips drop and that chest and shoulder spin open. Really feel the twist. And exhale. On your next inhale, we're coming straight away. Remember, releasing the hands either side of that left foot. We're bumping the right foot up about 2 feet distance away. The right foot is perpendicular to your left foot, actually. We're taking our hand wherever you decide to take it, in front of, on top of, to the left of your left foot. Inhale, really lengthen that spine. Draw the right hip back, right hip forward, left hip back. Hand comes to the tailbone, to the sacrum. Exhale, open that left arm up and twist it if that feels good. Inhaling for 1, exhaling for 1, inhaling for 2, exhaling for 2. Very, very, very well done. We're taking our hands, releasing both either side, taking your right foot farther back, left foot steps back to meet in a downward facing dog. One breath here. Inhale your left leg up this time. Exhale to bend your knee, open that hip, look under your right armpit to keep your shoulders square. Happily stay here. Or move into your wild thing. Taking the left ball of your foot behind that right leg, pressing through the right leg, lifting those hips. Inhaling for 1. Exhaling for 1. I think we only took 1 breath, so we're only going to do 1 this time. Inhale, release your left hand back down, lifting your left leg up, 3-legged dog. And then release your left leg into your down dog. From here, shift your body forward, coming through our vinyasa, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Oh my goodness. That felt amazing. I hope you agree with that. From here, we're going to take that whole sequence again, both sides. We're just going to do it a little bit faster. So right away, stepping the right foot in between the hands, inhale, high lunge, press through those hips, get a nice stretch in the hip flexor. Exhale, rotate that right arm behind you, getting that nice twist. Inhale yourself back into high lunge, ground through that back left foot, warrior 1. Exhale, release the hands. Press that fist down as you inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Right shoulder comes inside that right knee, hips draw down. Inhale yourself back up, warrior 1. Exhale, open it up, warrior 2. Inhale, straighten through that left leg. Extend yourself forward. Bend through your triangle. Inhale yourself back up to center. Rebend through that right knee. Extended side angle, right forearm comes to the right thigh, left arm over the left ear. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale yourself into a high lunge. Exhale right away, take the twist. Inhale, open or bind if you want to. On your next inhale, release your arms either side of that right foot. We're taking it back into straight away. We're going to skip twisted triangle, and we're going to take it straight away into our 3-legged dog. Opening that hip on the exhale, looking under your left armpit, and then releasing our right ball of the foot behind the left foot for wild thing if you want to. Inhale for 1. This time on the exhale, we're releasing our right hand back down to that, lifting that right leg up to the sky, bringing it back down into down dog. We're moving to the left side right away, only 1 breath here. On your next inhale, you're lifting your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it between your hands. I know, I added a little extra there. Inhale it up, high lunge. Exhale, take that left hand to the right thigh, taking that nice twist. Inhale yourself back up into warrior 1. Ground through that back right foot. Exhale, release your hands, make a fist behind you, interlacing those fingers. Inhale, press through that, lift the chest. Exhale, humble warrior, forward fold. On your next inhale, lift it back up into warrior one. Sorry, warrior one. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale, straighten through that left foot, left leg. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, back to center. Rebend that left leg, taking it into your extended side angle. Take an inhale to extend that left arm, that right arm over your ear. Exhale. We skipped our twisted lunge, so we're gonna inhale ourselves back into a high lunge. Exhale, take that twist to the left. On your inhale, you're coming back up to center. High lunge. Release those hands either side of that left foot. Now we're coming back into our three-legged dog. Inhale your leg up to the sky, left leg up. Bend that left knee, open that left hip, look under your right armpit. If you're coming with me, take your left ball of the foot behind that right straight leg, inhaling into wild thing. Right away, we're exhaling, releasing that left leg and that left hand down to the mat. Coming through our three-legged dog, back into our down dog. One breath here, inhale for one. Exhale for one. Take it from here, just walk your hands back so that your hands come to your toes. Whew. If you did that, you should be twisted. And you're also a superstar. So we're taking it from here into our Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. So you can either from here take your hands to your hips and stand up, or if you're going to grab your foot or your knee, you can begin to maybe bend your knee if you're grabbing your knee. Grab wherever with your right hand. So if you're extending your leg, you're taking your two-piece fingers to your big toe. Take a slight bend in the knee so you can push up. Your left hand comes to your left hip. Both hands if you're just standing up straight. And you're going to press through that left foot to balance, 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 balance. Your big toes in your right two-piece fingers. And you're inhaling, extending your leg out, and your left arm extends up. You have to do it slowly or you lose your balance. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, open yourself up into Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana B. One breath here. Whether you've got your knee or your leg, you're opening. Now we're bringing it back to center, rebending through that knee. And if you kept the balance on the way up, see if you can keep a balance on the way down. We're slowly, 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 slowly bending to release. Once you're down, go ahead and release your finger from your big toe. Set yourself back up. Feet are shoulder width distance apart, hip or shoulder width distance apart. And we're coming into Padangusthasana. So again, everybody this time is taking their big toes with their two-piece fingers. Take a nice deep bend in the knees. Inhale to lengthen. Get a nice connection with the thighs and the belly. And exhale, forward fold. Pull through those fingers. Press down with that big toe and point out to the side. Inhaling for one. If you want to straighten your legs a little bit, draw up through the sitting bones instead of pressing back through the knees. And then inhale for two. Exhale for two. Inhale, release yourself back to a halfway lift. And we're doing the same thing on the left side. So if you took the balance from the ground on the right side, or well, I guess left or right, however you want to look at it, go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So taking your hands to your hips, or your right hand to your hip and your left hand to either your knee or your big toe. We're shifting the weight into the right foot, bending those knees slightly to help us press and balance up. Press, 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 press. Long spine. Well done. From here, on the inhale, we're extending the right arm up to the sky and taking the left leg out. Draw the left hip and shoulder back. Inhaling for one more. And exhale. On your next inhale, whether you got the knee or the toe, go ahead and swing it open like a gate. Extending your right arm out to the side. I don't have enough room. Inhaling for one more. Exhale. Inhale, release everything back to center. Rebend through that knee if it was extended. And if you kept the balance, try and see if you can keep it, keep it, keep it. As we release it slowly all the way back to the ground. Well done. Balancing like that is very difficult. And we're coming into Padahastasana. So we're going to take our hands, the toes come up to the wrist creases. We're going to step on the palms of our hands, kind of. Nice deep bend in the knees, just like we had before. Inhale to lengthen, shoulders away from the ears, spine is long. Exhale, forward fold. Drawing that upper body close to that lower body. If the sitting bones, if the legs want to straighten, the sitting bones press up. Inhale for one more. Head is hanging. Exhale. From here, inhale back into your halfway lift. And all we're going to do is walk our hands forward, coming through high to low plank. You can drop your knees here if you want to, but what I want you to do is we're coming all the way down and we're coming down slowly. So draw that core in, shoulders are over the wrist, shift it a little bit forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent work. From here, we're taking it into a bow pose one more time. We did this recently, I think. For extending our arms behind us. Toes are extended. Forehead is down on the mat. Take your heels in toward your rump. Take your hands to the outsides of your feet, grabbing the tops of your feet. Take your knees hip or shoulder width distance apart. And on your next inhale, lift the upper body and press the feet into the hands to lift the legs, the lower body. You're pushing your pointy hip bones into the ground. Inhale. And exhale. We've got one more breath here. Press and lift. You can do it. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly release everything back down to the ground. Before you release your legs, your feet, take your hands underneath your shoulders or tucked under you a little bit, and then just wiggle your feet like little windshield wipers, letting them kind of shift side to side. Once you've done that a few times, then go ahead and release your feet down to the ground. You might want to go ahead and shift your hips, wiggle your hips just a little bit. From here, we're going to inhale it, and we're actually going to take it into Sphinx pose. So inhale, press through these bent forearms. You might need to wiggle your elbows under your shoulders if you weren't quite lined up properly. But we're inhaling, shoulders over the elbows, hands are extended fully in front of you. We're in another little bit of a back bend. We're pressing through the tops of the feet to protect our lower back. This is a much gentler version of, say, cobra or upward facing dog. But as we are wrapping it up shortly, this is the right way to go. From here, release it back down. Release your forehead to the ground. Press your hands under your shoulders and then shift your hips back. We're coming into Ustrasana, camel pose. We've got so many back bends today too, twists and back bends, really opening our back. So take your fists or the heels of your two hands to the base of the spine, to your sacrum, pressing that tailbone down. Hips are shoulder or knees. That's why it went wrong. Knees are hip or shoulder width distance apart. Pressing through that tailbone to draw it down. Inhale, lift and open the chest. Squeeze the elbows in so that you can open that thoracic spine. And then exhale, take it back into a nice back bend, drawing that tailbone away from the crown of the head. You can release your hands if it feels good. You can be on your toes. You can have your toes untucked. It doesn't matter. As long as your hips stay over your knees and you're lifting through that thoracic spine and drawing your tailbone down so there's no pinching or crunching in your spine. One more breath here. And exhale. On your next inhale, shift the body forward, taking the hands to the lower back if you released them, and then release your hips back to your heels, staying in Vajrasana for just 2 breaths. Inhale for 1, and exhale for 1. Inhale for 2, exhale for 2. Shift your hips to one side or the other, it doesn't matter. We're coming into Paschimottanasana, of course. We're extending our legs out, flexing our feet, inhaling the arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Oh my goodness. Use those thighs to draw your upper body closer to your lower body as the shoulders press away from the ears and the elbows draw back. Inhaling for 1, we're taking 3 breaths here. Exhale for 1. Really draw the crown of the head forward on your next inhale. And then exhale, forward fold it. One more breath. Inhale for the 3rd breath. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift yourself back up to a nice seated position. We're going to take our knees, our right knee, bend it in toward the body. We're going to take Marichyasana. So take your right foot about 1 fist width distance away from your left extended left leg, tucking that right heel in toward the body and keeping that right heel in line with the right sitting bone. You can draw both arms up to the sky, or you can take your left hand to your right shin to keep it tucked in. That's what I prefer to do. Inhale your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Take your right arm and wrap it around your right leg. If this is where you are, or if this is even too much, take your elbow and you're tucking in like this. Either way, we're extending forward, wrapping where you are. You can clasp your hands and take the bind. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, this is a forward extension toward the foot. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, lift yourself back up. Take that right leg. If you've got the bind, you can lift it in the bind because it's a little bit fun, and just shift that right foot over your left foot. We're going to take Ardha Matsyendrasana. So you can leave that left leg extended or tuck the left heel in toward your right sitting bone. We're inhaling both arms up to the sky. Long spine. Remember, the longer the spine, the better the twist. Left elbow comes to the outside of that right knee. Right hand comes to the base of the spine. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Inhale, reverse the twist. Exhale. Might want to take that little bend if you want to. Inhale it back up to center. We're re-releasing those legs. We're going to take the same combination on the other side. So the left knee bends, fist width away from the right foot, right leg rather, and the heel's in line with that left sitting bone. Taking that right hand to the right shin or both arms up to the sky. Inhaling your left arm up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Wrap that left arm around your right leg. Coming into the bind. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Let's take one more breath. Inhale and fold. Either keeping the bind or just lifting your left leg over that right leg. We're releasing and we're taking it into Ardha Matsyendrasana on the other side. So the right heel comes toward the right sitting bone only if you want it to. We're inhaling both arms up to the sky. Bend that right elbow. Right elbow comes to the outside of the left knee. Left hand comes to the base of the spine. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, take the twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. On your next inhale, take that counter twist. So reverse it. Maybe taking the exhale to curl your spine a little bit. Really feeling that bend. Inhale it back up to center. We're extending both legs out. You're either taking it into a Navasana or you're keeping your feet planted on the ground and we're rolling it back into or onto our back, rolling it down onto our back. That makes more sense. So taking our legs up, if you're coming into Navasana, squeezing those knees in, releasing the arms if you choose to, and extending those legs if you choose to. Slowly opening the Navasana or rolling your spine back wherever you are. Rolling, 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 slowly, 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 slowly. Releasing your whole body down to the ground for our final inversion, our final back bend, our final wheel or bridge, and our final twist. So if you're taking it into wheel, we have had a lot of twists and back bends today. So I'm taking it into bridge, but if you want to go into wheel, you're setting yourself up. Everyone's fingertips touch the very edges of your heels. Wheelers, your hands are up by your ears. Your elbows are squeezing in. Bridge, you're coming with me. Everybody's exhaling, exhaling, exhaling. And on the inhale, press your hips up to the sky. You can interlace your hands underneath your back. Wiggle your shoulders in a little bit. Really pressing through those heels. We're using our glutes just a tiny little bit to help us lift and lighten our load, but we're not clenching. We've got 2 more breaths here. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. Inhale for 2. Exhale for 2. Wheelers, you're tucking your chin under. Everybody is slowly rolling upper back, middle back, and a lower back, slowly coming to the ground with control. Use that core. Take a nice little tuck in to release that back bend. From here, you're taking any inversion you feel like today. So if you feel like a headstand or a handstand, go for it. Make sure you take that child's pose after, though. If you're coming with me, you're either coming into Viparita Karani or you're pressing back into Halasana or shoulder stand. Halasana, all we're doing is rolling our legs straight up and over our head, touching the ground behind us. If you want to come into shoulder stand, you're taking your hands to your lower back. You're pressing your legs up to the sky. The lower your hands come on the back, the more support you have. Use that core, use your Mula Bandha, that belly tightening bandha, to lift yourself up. We've got 2 more breaths, inhaling for 1, exhaling for 1, inhale for 2, exhale for 2. If you're with me in shoulder stand, we're releasing through Halasana, plow pose, meeting anyone who's already there. Release slowly and with control. Everybody, we're meeting in Halasana. We're keeping our thighs as close to our belly as possible and lowering our legs down to the ground. We're going to meet anybody in legs up an imaginary wall. Slowly, slowly. Remember, if you took that shoulder, that headstand, that handstand or that headstand, you're taking your child's pose. Everybody else is lowering our legs slowly to the ground. Lower, 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 lower. Use that core. Taking your knees into the chest, or sorry, not into the chest. You can. Bending our knees and taking the soles of the feet to the ground. We're taking twisted roots. Right leg comes over the left, one twist or two. Shift those hips to the right. Extend the arms out and drop the knees to the left. We've got 2 breaths here. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. Inhale for 2. Exhale for 2. Take your knees back up to center. Re-square those hips. Unravel yourself to re-ravel. So the left leg comes over the right leg this time. Pressing through the heel, we shift the hips to the left and take the knees to the right. We've got 2 breaths again. So inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. Inhale for 2. And exhale for 2. Taking those knees back to the center, we're re-squaring the hips, unraveling the legs, and releasing into Shavasana. Well done today. That was a heavily back and spine oriented practice. Hopefully, you are feeling the openness as you settle into your Shavasana. Maybe you feel a little bit taller or longer, I guess, because we're on the ground. Inhale and exhale, letting your body take over your breath for you again. You might need to take a cleansing breath by exhaling through an open mouth. Let the whole practice release. As you start your relaxing, you're feeling your muscles melt down into the mat, really. Everything, every tension, every stressor is just melting off of your body. Take it from your toes, through your feet, up your legs, relaxing and melting. Relax your hips, your belly, your pelvis, letting your hands and your arms release any tension they might be holding. Your chest is relaxed and it's doing its own breathing. You're not controlling it. Your shoulders are falling down into the mat. There's nothing you need to hold up. The skin and the muscles on your jaw, your cheekbones, the back of the head and the top of the head and the forehead are all just rolling off of you. And that wonderful spine that we just did so much for is relaxing, it's expanding. Just let it settle into all of that good work you just did for it. If you're ready, then you're starting to find some movement in your fingers and your toes, your wrists and your ankles. If you want to stay here, go ahead, stay here, turn me off, ignore me. If you're moving, you might need to take a nice stretch, arms over the head, and everybody takes a little tuck. You can stay in this tuck, or you can roll to the right side or the left, whichever feels better today. Staying on your side for just one breath. We're inhaling and exhaling. On your next inhale, press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Hands come to heart center. Inhale those hands up to your forehead. Forward fold over your body. Open your eyes. Thank yourself for the wonderful work you just did today. No matter what your practice looked like, it was the right one for you to do today. Inhale. Thank you so much. I hope you had a wonderful opening and lengthening practice, and we will see you at the next class. Take care.